Hey everybody, it's TotalGamerJunkie and I welcome you all back to my channel. So right now what you're seeing is the cover of issue 7 of Life is Strange Dust, because I was having a look around and I went to look on Comixology and yes, there it is. And also I want to apologize, like, I was meant to get Days Gone and upload walkthroughs of that. I was even going to play Resident Evil 0 and Heaven's 4, but something happened with my PlayStation, just wouldn't record for some reason, wouldn't connect to my Elgato. I went and got like a new cord and a new HDMI cord and this other cord that's part of the Elgato, but that didn't work. But I'm gonna try because it's late. I'm gonna try tomorrow to see if I can hook up my PlayStation with my Elgato on my TV. If not, then there's something definitely wrong with my PlayStation because for the Xbox it worked fine. That's how I was able to play Shiriko Die twice. I was recording on my friend's Xbox. But anyways, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Life is Strange Dust. Now, we actually, we got a little, synopsis, I think it's called here, you know, a little story, because issues 6 and 5, even though they're not out yet, it didn't say much about it, about, like, what's happening in it, but in this issue, we actually do. It says here, in an unfamiliar world, Max risks her life for her friends and her future. The official comic continues the epic story of Max and Chloe. Now, when I first saw this guy, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was like, I was like, is that Emo Warren or Goth Warren? But, no, it's not, it's just another person. And there's also something interesting, you can see here, Max can see his reflection, but no one's standing there. And why is that? Could it be a person inside the store? That's why there's no reflection? That wouldn't make much sense, seeing now Max's reflection is there. Like, well, I guess it could, kind of. Like, if Max was standing on the inside, we wouldn't see her reflection there, so he could be on the inside. Another thing is, maybe this guy has some powers. Maybe, like, if you ever played The Wolf Among Us, Bloody Mary has that ability where she can go through mirrors and travel to other places, exiting out of mirrors, traveling in mirrors, and exiting out to other places. Maybe it's like that. Like, and it's also quite interesting to see this like because Max, as we all know, um she has powers in, like, what do you call it? She used her powers to come to this new world, and she didn't put her conscious mind into her own body. She created her own body from scratch. Yeah, so at least that's what I believe. That's what I believe. So basically, could this guy have similar time powers to Max? Maybe he's able to shift between realities as well. Maybe he could just jump his subconscious into other bodies, and maybe when he jumps into those bodies, the subconscious of the body he's in jumps back to the body he was in? Possibly. Not too sure. I'm just making this up as I go along, because there's not really that much information to go off of. But, and speaking of theories, I'm actually got 3 theory videos that I'm going to be talking about tomorrow. Now, the first one is going to be about why I believe the Life is Strange 2 game is set in an alternate universe from the Life is Strange 1 game. The theory video after that, I'll be discussing whether Rachel Amber will have powers in this, because if you remember in Before the Storm, at the end, this is after Chloe has that dream with her dad. She finds Rachel by that tree, and Rachel tells you that the guy kissing the woman was her dad. And basically she starts screaming, and then she kicks over the bin that's on fire. She starts screaming, and the fire just goes up onto the tree. And this is like me and a lot of people like, oh shit, does she have powers too? Now, I do, but like, even though she didn't have powers in the game Before the Storm, who's to say she couldn't have powers in another reality? Because if you remember at the end of episode 2, we see Chloe, it's before she smashes the dinner table. You see her, and she's looking angry, and you can see the candles, and myself, and a lot of other people are like, oh, is she gonna do something with the candles? What's gonna happen? Basically, like, look at Max, for example. In the reality where she's best friends with Victoria Chase, that Max hasn't any time powers because it was the traumatic event of seeing Chloe get shot. That's what triggered her powers. Just like with Daniel, seeing his father get shot by the officer, that's what triggered his powers. Since that Max never experienced an emotional traumatic event, she didn't unlock her powers. And I do believe that's what unlocks the powers, the traumatic event. Because it's happened in Life is Strange 1 and 2, so who's to say that this guy didn't experience a traumatic event and has powers? Who's to say that that other Rachel did as well? Maybe she saw her mom die or something, her biological mom, I don't know. But basically, yeah, I'll be going over, there's one more theory video, but I got a few, but I'm trying to decide which one to make the third one, but we'll discuss all that later tomorrow. So, this, video, by the way, I mean, not video, the comic, the issue 7, comes out July 31st of this year. That's the release date for the print and the digital. Okay, so digital release and print release, July 31st, 2019. So make sure you write that down in your books or put it in your phone, because I will be uploading Life is Strange Dust issue 7 on that date. Remember? Now, in case any of you don't remember, I'm just going to go back real quick. I'm going to talk about the other issues, their release date. Okay, so we got issue 5 here. Let me just click that. It is going to be released on the 29th of May. Okay, so that's when issue 5 comes out. 29th of May. We got a little over a month to do it. We got like 32 days, I believe. 32 days to issue 5. Now, for issue 6, oh, I just clicked on issue 5 again, my mistake. Click here on issue 6, sorry about that, I'm just getting a little duster clocked and my battery's running low, so I better finish this up. Issue 6 comes out June 26, 2019, so remember that. Mark that down, okay? So June 26 for issue 6, okay? And when the arc finishes, I'll be putting them all together into a volume as well, so like, I put issue 1 to 4 together into one video, then I'm going to put issues 5 to 8 together to make a second volume. So, yeah, so anyways, those are the release dates for issues 5, 6, and 7. I hope you all enjoyed this video, like, even though it's short and not that good, and I hope you look forward to seeing my theory videos tomorrow. This is TotalGamerJunkie, signing off.